How about it, y'all? You got the Lake Seminole Ramblins Fishing Report. I'm your host, Chris Taylor. Thanks for listening. This episode is brought to you by Seminole Guide Service. You want to catch a giant? The guides at Seminole Guide Service can help you break your personal best. Give them a call today at 229-481-5550 or visit online at www.seminoleguideservice.com. Remember, we are on Apple and Google Podcasts. Giving us a 5-star review on those platforms will help our continued growth. So hey, what are you waiting on? We have an awesome show lined up for you today, so I'm gonna hush and get on to the show. All right, water condition report for y'all. The lake continues to be low, 76.5. That is a foot under the full pool. Flint River, normal stain to clear in the back, 85, 87. Spring Creek, clear, 86 to 88. Fish Pond Drain, clear, 86 to 88. Yes, it is this warm right now. Chattahoochee River, slight stain, 85. A big congratulations to our local Bainbridge Bearcat Hammers, Bowen Brown and Shane Dill, for winning the Georgia High School Association State Bass Fishing Championship. The tournament was held on Clarks Hill, and the boys qualified for it earlier this year by taking third place here on their home lake at Seminole with 14 pounds and 8 ounces. And in typical tournament fishing fashion, Saturday morning they were hit with an extensive weather delay, but the boys were smart and they didn't lose their vision. They were able to catch 15 fish, the best 5 going for 16 pounds, 12 ounces, good enough for the top spot and the championship title. First time ever for Bainbridge, bringing home a fishing championship to add to the extensive list of state championships across all sports. Boys, we're proud of y'all. Can't wait to see what the future holds. Oh Lord, we got a monster bass alert, y'all. Monster bass alert incoming. Let's see what this is. Oh, monster bass alert looks like Percy Williams III with, what is this? An 11. Y'all, an 11 from the upper Flint. I'm not even going to try to do it justice. We're just going to have to bring Percy on here himself and tell us about the story and about the fish. I believe it was on Mother's Day. Let's bring him on. Here's Percy Williams III, known as Percy Mac.
Percy, man, so I was cruising around Facebook, and I see this video of you hollering like Ric Flair. Oh, limo riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, fish catching, son of a gun. You just like me hollering, you know, like I said, I caught a 10 in April and I was hollering, woo, all across the lake. About 15 minutes, everybody came, and then I stumbled on your video and I said, man, I got to get Percy on here. But y'all, Percy has caught a 11-pound bass, and he's one up me so far this year. So we got to bring him on and hear a story. And Percy, we want to hear from the second your feet hit the floor till you went to bed. We got to hear paint the whole picture for us, brother.
Okay. I appreciate you having me on first off, bro. It's
absolutely. Thank you so much for coming and taking time to be here.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. So Mother's Day, my friend Ken, he called me early and asked me would I like to go fishing. So I agreed. So we met up at the boat basin, unloaded the boat, got everything situated just like a normal day. On the way out, I told him that my mom had been on my mind all night, and I woke up with her on my mind. So, I said a little prayer and told my mom, make it a good day for us. So Ken, being a childhood friend, he said a prayer with me, and, we went on up the river, went down the river, yes, right across from the sandbar. I can't remember, it's something, Wheat Springs, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So we were just trolling around in Wheat Springs. We caught a few bass, and I hadn't caught one. Just Ken and Christian and a few of them, Eric and Mike T. They had caught a few. So me and Ken, we still trying to get us a bass in the boat. So we were sitting at an angle facing the river with River Chase behind us, and I seen a few tree limbs sticking out the water. And I figured since they were coming out the water, they had to be attached to something. So the way the current was moving, I figured I'll just throw, and I was throwing a Berkeley crawdads, black and blue. So I just threw it off into the current, and I was sitting down, honestly. I hadn't caught a fish, so it was just a normal cast in hopes of maybe a fish would be here. Okay. So I cast out. I was sitting down, like I say, I picked my Gatorade up, man. I took a swig of my Gatorade, I put it down, and I tightened my slack up. When I tightened my slack up, bro, and I lift my rod just a little, I knew that either my bait was still moving in the current or this was a fish. So I lifted like maybe a millimeter more. I said, no, this is too heavy for the current. So I reeled down just a little bit, and I mean, a hair lifted up again. I said, yeah, I got a fish. And when I set the hook, bro, I instantly stopped. And I mean, instantly. So I was like, oh, man, I hope I ain't got hung up. Like, and so I reeled like 2 times, bro. When I reeled those 2 times, he took off to the right. And how fast my line was going, I knew it was a big fish, but I didn't know it was that big. So, you know, my heart had started pumping. This is my first fish, you know, the adrenaline. I'm reeling. When he jumped, bro, it was like slow motion, Big Willie coming up out the Pacific.
Now, let me ask you, did it come all the way out of the water?
Chris, it came all the way out, like head, tail, body.
That's what I'm saying. So the 10 that I caught, you know, a lot of people say that a big fish like 10 plus pounds can't jump out of the water. And I call kind of BS on that, because my 10 did the same thing you talking about. It was like, she was like the drill sergeant for teaching fish how to fight. And she threw everything at me, bro. I'm talking jumped in the air like 2 foot, just like you talking, like Free Willy come out and side slapped the water. So yeah, big fish will jump. So I'm glad to hear yours did that too. So anyway, go ahead, brother. She come out of the water like crazy.
Yeah, and so when she come back on, she shot right up under the boat. At that moment, I was able to feel her. And it was just a quick pause. Like I just wanted to feel that weight. Like, man, it's an undescribable feeling for a fish that big. You know, it's undescribable, bro. So I reeled a couple more times, and when he come back around by the trolling motor, my friend Ken had the net, and he had screamed the net right when it jumped. Ken was like, I'm getting the net, I'm getting the net, I'm getting the net. So he had the net ready. As soon as it come back around, you know, I'm reeling, pulling the pole up, and he put him right in the net. And when he set him on that deck, bro, like, everybody in Bainbridge, if they would have been quiet, they would have heard my heartbeat.
It's some other kind of adrenaline rush. People that hadn't caught one don't understand. It ain't nothing like catching a 5. When you get that 10 plus in the boat, it's like, you think like, is this what it's like to do crack? Like, oh my God.
So true, bro. I hate to describe it in that manner, but that's the same way I describe how much I love fishing. Like, I'm addicted. It's like a drug, bro. I can't get enough of. Like, so to be honest, bro, I'm trying to convert my life over, my career over to where I'm fishing for a living. So that's how much I really love it.
Absolutely. So you said you just started fishing a few years ago. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Summer of 2018. I have a barber friend named Bear. And he took me fishing in Attapogus at a family pond. And we went brim fishing, but I hadn't been. You know, at that time, I was probably, I think, maybe 31, you know, subtract 3 years. So I hadn't been fishing since I was a child, really, with my grandfather. So that day, Chris, bro, we caught probably 50 brim out that pond, and I haven't stopped fishing since. Like, I started watching YouTube. I started investing my money. You know, I buy the best, not the best yet. You know, I can't afford the best, but I get the, you know, I get the right stuff just so, you know, I could have a great time fishing. But bro, I love it. Like I said, I love it more than my career, which is me being a barber. So that's just so even awesome. This is an honor, bro. This is such an honor. Just even with the pro fishermen from around here, Matt Beatty, and a lot of guys that I fish with that, like Kristen Darley, you know, she don't consider herself professional, but in my eyes, someone that's been fishing their entire life. That
She's a
they're
hammer.
professional. Yeah, she's a hammer, bro.
Yep,
She is.
she's a straight hammer. Yeah, we
So
talked about her a few weeks ago. She was part of our big fish week where we was all out there slaying them, and I mean it's unbelievable what kind of work she does out there. So she's definitely a hammer.
Yeah, bro.
So you have accomplished something that Matt Beatty hasn't done. He told me the same thing. That's saying that very humbly. Matt is one of the best guys out here.
He is, bro.
But yeah, he told me that when I caught that 10 in April, he said, "You've done something I hadn't done." So that's an honor, and not to mention that Percy, man, some people go their entire lives without catching a double-digit fish. So when I was 17, my granddaddy's from here, my dad's from here. I just wasn't born here. I was the only Taylor to not be born here. When I was 17, I caught one that was 10 pounds. It was like my second day I'd ever fished the lake. And my dad was mad, and my granddaddy laughed and laughed. And you kind of ruin for life when that happens. So you in the same boat with me. That happened to you pretty early fishing. So welcome to the club, man. It's awesome feeling. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. And I'm glad you're able to do that and honor your mom. That's really great. So
yeah, man, I appreciate it, bro. And just to have guys like you and all the other fishermen from Bainbridge to recognize you, man. I'm so humble, bro. Like, because I'm trying to get the way you guys at with the knowledge and the skill set to be able to go out and compete in tournaments, because that's ultimately a goal of mine. So just to have the respect and the acknowledgement from you guys, bro, I'm so humble, and I really appreciate y'all, especially you, bro, for having me on your platform, because I know so many people listen. So I really am humble, bro, and I appreciate it.
It's a brotherhood, man. It doesn't, to me, some guys are, of course, there's all different kinds in life, but majority of the guys, it's a brotherhood, and doesn't matter your skill set, doesn't matter how long you're doing. If you catch that's a trophy. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's 10 plus pounds, it's a trophy, and you deserve every bit of credit that's due. So that's what this is about. It's a brotherhood. It's a friendship. Even if you don't know somebody, you're all connected that you bass fish. So
most definitely, bro. I'm starting to see it, man. I'm loving it, to be honest, to be connected with so many great men from everywhere, bro, but to also just make new friends here in my hometown that I may not be as familiar with, bro. I love it, bro. So I definitely agree with you. It's a lovely brotherhood.
Absolutely. So yeah, now that you're back, we'll have to go out sometime and show you some spots and try to stick a couple more. But man, that's did you take it to the taxidermist? That's the next question.
Well, I'm actually looking for one, bro, to be honest. I've called a few places, but I think this week be the week where I just pull up on a few of them and talk to them in person and hopefully drop it on off to someone.
I believe there's a place on Spring Creek Road that does taxidermy.
Okay.
Coming towards Jim's. I'll check on it for you and let you know. But yeah, I did the same thing. I took I think it's like a rite of passage. You take your first double digit and it goes on the wall. So
yeah. I can't wait to hang him up.
That's awesome. Well, Percy, congratulations again, man. Thanks so much for coming on. And hopefully next week you'll catch another one. We can have you back on.
Oh man, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
Absolutely.
Man, that is awesome. If you guys want to hop over to our Facebook page, we have the video right after Percy got that fish in the boat and him hollering like Ric Flair, just like I like to do. So check that out on our Facebook page. Again, congratulations, Percy, and thanks for coming on the show. The Pearson's Bassmaster Disaster Invitational Tournament was held on Friday, 3 days before the full moon held true this day, as 6 20-pound bags were weighed in. I apologize, as I do not have any more information, as there is none online about this invitational tournament or the winners or final results. Congratulations to the guys that won this tournament. If y'all have any information, reach out to me on our Facebook page so I can publish these results. Obviously, the bass fishing is phenomenal right now. Shad spawn's still going on. Now we're starting to see grass shrimp molting. Finding the grass shrimp molt floating means you are in a really good area. Remember the food chain. Phytoplankton and grass shrimp bring the shad. Shad and the grass shrimp bring the needlefish, brim, crappie, and the bass. They're all going to be in that same area. So if you see this, concentrate on this area. Fish these areas with spinner baits and swim jigs in the morning, transition into a Carolina rig or a Texas rig, or a frog in the topped out grass around brim beds. Topwater bites are picking up real well. Walking baits and prop baits are doing well, as well as buzz baits. We are keeping an eye on some bass that have developed sores and are sickly looking. Randy Weaver brought it to my attention after catching a couple fish over 6 pounds that were weak and exhibiting a rash. He believes it's due to poor water quality, as he's seen something similar to this in the past. Could this be related to the catfish kill that we saw and discussed about a few weeks ago? I don't know. There have been questions brought up about the actual presence of the drip system, as we discussed in a previous episode. If you have confirmed sighting of the drip system installed, please reach out to us on Facebook and let us know. Speckled perch, crappie bite continues to be good with schools found in the ditches along the grass lines. It's really hard to not catch them, especially when you're bass fishing with spinner baits. They're eating spinner baits, jigs, anything shad looking, rooster tails. My customer caught one on Wednesday that was 1.8 pounds. That was on a spinner bait. They biting and they big. Come on down. All right, brim report. The bluegill and shellcracker continue to bed all over the lake. All you have to do is drive down the lake and you'll smell them, set the boat down, and catch them. It's that easy. So I'm going to keep it that short for you. All you have to do is run around and smell them. Good luck. We will witness a blood moon lunar eclipse as I record this episode, and I'm hoping that the cloud cover will lift so I can record a video for y'all. But that does mean the fishing should be phenomenal, at least for the next week. Won't be very much longer, and the summer bite will be on, and that's my favorite time of year, Big Fish City. So hang on, y'all come on down, let's go fishing. You've been listening to the Lake Seminole Ramblins Fishing Report. I'm your host, Chris Taylor. Thank you so much for listening. Do us a solid, head over to Apple or Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from, and give us a review. That little bit would help us continue growing. We'd really appreciate it. Make sure to head over to our website at www.seminolefishingreports.com. There, you will find a written report and info on how to run the lake safely if it's your first time. And while you're there, why not visit our friends? Lake Seminole Outdoors, Spring Creek Park Resort, Addie's Campground and Marina, Treasy Cuts Tree Service, Grassy Cuts Lawn and Landscape, Extreme Tent and Detailing, and B3 Property Management. If you haven't come down to see us yet, what are you waiting on? And until next time, I'll see y'all later.